Good evening to everybody. I am Balaram Nayak, lecturer in chemistry, Gopalpur College, Gopalpur. Today's topic is entropy. We know entropy is the degree of disorderliness or randomness of a system. In another way, we can also define the thermodynamic quantity which represents the degree of disorderliness or randomness of a system is also called entropy. Okay. Mathematically, entropy is del S is equal to Q reversible by E. Change in entropy of a system is the amount of heat by the absolute temperature. Okay. So the unity of entropy is Joule per Kelvin or shortly Jack inverse. The SI unit of entropy is Joule Kelvin inverse. Okay. Like internal energy and enthalpy of a system, entropy is also a state function. That means the value of change in entropy depends upon the state of the system. That means the initial state and final state. So change in entropy change in entropy del S equal to S final minus S initial. That means the change in entropy is equal to the entropy at the final state of the system minus the entropy at the initial state of the system. So that the change in entropy value can be determined for a thermodynamic system. So that we say entropy is a state function. Okay. Also, for a chemical reaction, change in entropy del S is equal to S of product minus S of reactant, or simply del S equal to Sp minus Sr. That means Sp means the entropy of the product and Sr means the entropies of the reactant. So the difference of entropies of the product and entropies of the reactant is equal to the value of change in entropy. So for a chemical reaction, we can also write del S or change in entropy is equal to entropies of the product minus entropies of the reactant. Okay. You see from the mathematical equation that is change in entropy is equal to the amount of heat evolved or absorbed in a system by the absolute temperature. Dear students, you see here the change in entropy values is directly proportional to the amount of heat. In normal, you just imagine when we added some heat energy to a system, then the system may absorb this heat energy so that the temperature of the system increases, which facilitates the thermal vibrations or disorders in the system. As a result, the entropies of the system may increase. Clear? Okay, so that if we added the heat energy to the system, then the change in entropies of the system increases. Similarly, if we decrease the heat energy, that means if the heat energy in a system is evolved, then the temperature of the system decreases, so the thermal vibration or disorderliness of the system decreases. That means the entropies of the system decreases. So that we say del S, or change in entropy, directly proportional to the amount of heat. Here, this amount of heat is specified by Q reversible. That means the amount of heat is supplied to the system which follow a reversible path. In the same time, you see the change in entropy of a system is inversely proportional to the absolute temperature. That means if we decrease the temperature of the system, then the change in entropy increases, or if we increases the absolute temperature in the system, then the change in entropies of the system increases. So change in entropy and the temperature, absolute temperature, inversely proportional to each other, and the change in entropy of the system is directly proportional to the amount of heat evolved or absorbed. Okay. Now I am going to discuss the entropy of phase transition. So first, what is phase transition? You know, if the state of the substance changes, then that is called phase transition. That means if a substance changes from solid state to liquid state, or liquid state to vapor form, then we say that is called the transition of the phases of the substance. So during the changes of the phase of the substances in a system, then what may be the change in entropy? So for this, we take two entropies of phase transition. One is entropy of fusion and change in entropies of vaporization. Okay, vaporization. So now first discuss entropy of fusion. So fusion is the process when a substance changes from solid to liquid. That means when a solid melts to liquid, that process is called fusion. So during this change of the phase of the substances from solid to liquid, the change in entropy is called entropy of fusion. Okay, so entropy of fusion, we can write entropy of the solid substance plus entropy of the liquid substance. And mathematically S fusion is equal to change in entropy of fusion equal to del H fusion by the temperature involved during this fusion process. Okay, del S fusion equal to del H fusion by the temperature of the fusion process. So by using this formula, we can solve numericals, the entropy of the fusion. Okay. Next, vaporization, entropy of vaporization. We know what is vaporization process. If a substance changes from liquid to vapor form or gaseous form, so during the changes of the substance from liquid to gaseous or vapor form, then the amount of the entropy change deals with this transition of the phases of the substance called as entropy of vaporization. Okay. So entropy of vaporization can be calculated by this formula, del S vaporization or a change in entropy in the vaporization process is equal to the enthalpy change during the vaporization with respect to the boiling point of that liquid. When a liquid changes to vapor or gaseous form, that temperature is called its boiling point. Okay. So when we calculate the change in entropy or the change in disorderliness of the system during the vaporization process, then we can calculate by using this formula, del S vaporization equal to change in enthalpy during the vaporization process by the boiling point of that liquid. Okay. Another part, that is entropy changes for an ideal gas. Dear students, entropy changes in an ideal gas is due to the change in the temperature, temperature and pressure, or temperature and volumes in the ideal gases. Such entropy changes for an ideal gas can be determined by the help of first law of thermodynamics. Okay, and we can also calculate the change in entropy of an ideal gas due to change in the variables temperature and pressure or temperature and volumes. And to calculate this entropy change value for an ideal gas, we can take two cases when entropy is a function of temperature and volume, or we can also calculate the entropy change when the entropy change is a function of temperature and pressure. Okay, so we take the first case, that is when entropy is a function of temperature and volume. Okay, that is the case one. From the first law of thermodynamics, we know dq equal to dq is equal to dq reversible is equal to du plus dv. This is the first law of thermodynamics mathematical expression. And if we are dividing this equation, suppose this equation 1, now dividing equation 1 by t on both sides, then we get dq reversible by t is equal to du by t plus p dp by t. Okay, so now again That is, we know entropy, change in entropy or ds. So ds equal to du by t plus pdv by t. Okay. This 2. Suppose this is equation 2. Now I am taking internal energy as a function of temperature and volume, and its differential equation can be written as du is equal to del u by del t at constant v will into dt plus del u by del v at constant t will into dt. Okay, right? Again, now substituting this value of du in the equation 2, we get the equation 2 was ds equal to du by t plus p dv by t. Okay, so in the place of du we substitute this value, so we get that implies ds equal to 1 by t whole into del u by del t at constant t into dt plus del u by del v at constant t whole into dv plus p dv by t. Okay. Now, according to Joule's law, del u by del t at constant v is taken as 0. We know from Joule's law del u by del t at constant v is taken as 0, so that the torque ds becomes, that means this value is 0, 0 into dt is 0, so 1 by t del u by del v at constant t into dv plus dv by t. Okay, so now we know del u but we know that is del u by del v at constant t is equal to 0, so that term is 0, so that we get 1 by t del u by del t at constant v into dt. Wrongly I am writing this. Sorry. So for ds equal to 1 by t del u by del t at constant v into dt plus p dv by t. Again, such a del u by del t at constant v is nothing but Cv, heat capacity at constant volume. Del u by del t at constant v is nothing but Cv, so that we can write ds is equal to Cv by t into dt plus dv by t. But we know for 1 mole of ideal gas Pv equal to RT. For 1 mole of ideal gas, the ideal gas equation is Pv equal to RT. So that P by T is equal to R by P. Okay, P by T equal to R by P. So in the place of P by T, we can write R by V. Okay, so the expression becomes ds is equal to Cv by T into dt plus R by V in dv. Okay, again if we take the finite change for a finite change del S is equal to Cv integration of dt by t from the limit t1 to t2 plus R integration of dv by v limit v1 to v2. Okay, so that implies we get del S is equal to Cv ln dt by t, integration of dt by t ln t. So we get ln t2 by t1 plus R ln v2 by v1. Okay. Now, if we change from ln to log, that means from natural logarithm to arithmetic logarithm, then del S equal to (2.303) Cv log t2 by t1 plus 2.303 R log v2 by v1. Okay, and if we take for n moles of ideal gases, then we can write for n moles of ideal gas, if we take, then we can write 2.303 NCV log T2 by T1 plus 2.303 R NR log V2 by V1. Okay, so this is the mathematical expression where entropy is a function of temperature and volume. So in this way we can calculate the change in entropy. We can calculate the change in entropy of a system of an ideal gas when the entropy is a function of temperature and volume. So by this mathematical expression and by getting T1, T2 and V1, V2 and the value of Cv, we can calculate the change in entropy of an ideal gas. Okay. Now consider the case 2 when the entropy is a function of temperature and pressure. Okay, when entropy is a function of temperature and pressure. We know from the combined gas equation P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2. Okay, and we can write V2 by V1, V2 by V1 is equal to P1 T2 by P2 T1. Okay, we can write in the place of V2 by V1, V2 by V1, we can write P1 T2 by P2 T1. And if we put this value in the expression, the above expression, the expression is your del S is equal to we can write NCV ln T2 by T1 plus NR ln V2 by V1. Okay, in the previous expression when the change in entropy we calculate when entropy is a function of temperature and volume, we get this expression del S equal to NCV ln T2 by T1 plus NR ln V2 by V1, and in the place of V2 by V1 if we put this value, then we get del S is equal to NCV ln T2 by T1 plus NR ln P1 T2 by P2 T1. Okay, and if we separate this, then we can obtain the expression becomes del S is equal to MCV ln T2 by T1 plus NR ln P1 by P2 plus NR ln T2 by T1. Okay. This expression we make often, and combinedly, if we take the common, then we can get del S is equal to MCV ln T2 by T1 plus NR. So we can obtain this expression P1 by P2 plus ln T2 by T1. Okay, and then common, then del S and CV plus R ln T2 by T1 plus R ln P1 by P2. Okay. If n is common, then CV plus R ln T2 by T1 is taken as the common term, and NR ln P1 by P2, and that implies del S equal to N CV plus R. We know that is CP. Okay, because CV minus CP equal to R. So CP plus R is equal to CP. Okay, so CP ln T2 by T1 plus R ln P1 by P2. Okay, so if we take for n moles of ideal gases, then we can write that expression del is equal to m, and if we open the brackets, then we get del S is equal to MCP ln T2 by T1 minus NR ln P2 by P1. When I changes this P1 by P2, but if we change this P2 by P1, then the negative term may come. So the expression becomes del is equal to MCP ln T2 by T1 minus NR ln P2 by P1. So in this way, we can calculate the change in entropy of an ideal gas when entropy is a function of temperature and pressure. If we know the value of lower temperature T1 and high temperature T2 and lower pressure P1, high pressure P2, and the value of Cp, then we can calculate the change in entropy value. Okay.